So since we want to change the minimum value and the maximum value over here on the axis, on the secondary axis, this is the primary and this is the secondary axis. You can see if you hover your mouse over it, it says vertical axis, and over here it's going to say secondary vertical axis. So we want to change the values in here. So always think, what is it that I want to change? I want to change the minimum over here. So I'm going to click on this. I'm going to say format the axis. I'm just going to unclick that. And now we're going to say the minimum value. Let's see what they want it to be. They say the minimum should be 7. So we make it 7. And the maximum should be 12. So we make that 12. Oh, that was 20. Sorry. So now you can see our graph is going to look like theirs. And then we also have to make sure that we have the axis for this one, the primary axis. We're going to say the minimum is going to be 15 and the maximum should be 40. Let's just do that over there, 40. And now we can see this is much better spread out, and we can sort of compare the two different types of information. We can see as the average max daily temperature rises, so also the average hours of sunshine per day. So it makes sense that, yeah, it's a better way of seeing the chart. And then what we need to do is we need to add a title for the entire chart. So it is already here. And we will call this monthly weather data for Dubai and the UAE. I'm just going to close this so it's better to see. And we should make sure that this axis has a title. So you can either say add chart elements, and we can say axis titles. Since we have two different types of information, it already recognizes that we have a primary and a secondary. But yeah, you can either do it over there. I prefer using this plus sign over here for the chart element. So it means add, and then we're going to add chart element. So it's the exact same thing as there. So we want to add axis title. I want a primary vertical, and it needs to be called temperature. Temperature. Can't really see in there. Let's make this a bit wider and make this there. The temperature. Oh, that's spelled terribly. Temperature. Temperature. It's funny how you kind of lose basic thoughts when you're doing something for a presentation. Secondary vertical. Hours of sunshine. Hours of sunshine. And it seems that they're also boldened. So let's just bolden it. You can click on the entire text box to bolden everything inside, or you can also use the select tool over here to select all of the text and then bolden. Then add the axis titles to add the chart title. Okay, primary vertical axis. Hours of sunshine, we have that in there. Let's make this there. Seems like everything is fitting in now. Average max daily temperature, average hours of sunshine per day, enter text hours of sunshine. I would say just make sure you've inserted everything in here. Hours of sunshine, I think we have that. And then we have to save our chart using the file name chart showing monthly weather data for Dubai. So just make sure to save all of this according to that file name over there. And then they say print a copy of the spreadsheet out in a suitable orientation and on a single sheet of paper. So when we do that, we have to make sure everything is aligned like this, and we say file, print. And what I want you to do, so this is only for the chart. I want all of the information on, because they said spreadsheet out suitable. So this whole spreadsheet, we need everything in the spreadsheet. And you can see that it's only going to print the selected chart. So we have to make sure that we select everything inside. You just say this whole sheet, and then you say file, print. You can see the information is on there, but it's cut off. So we should probably have a landscape orientation, and it's still a bit cut off. So let's make the margins narrow. Now we can see everything fits in one page. And then you can still play around with these settings until it works. I know some people have also put it into a A5 so everything fits in there, and other people. So it depends on how big you made your chart over there. But then make sure to print this as a PDF. So when they say print a copy on a single sheet of paper, you have to give me a PDF. In an exam, you will actually print on the PDF, on an actual printer, because that is what they mark. They don't have the digital copy. So everything that you do in a computer, you need proof of. And this is the proof of what we've had up till now. So this is how you'd print it. And then you give it a name. So in an exam, you won't have to print a PDF. You'll actually just print the paper. It won't ask you for this step. But for me, I want you to say line graph proof. Okay. And then just your name and surname, and then you can just save that in the correct folder that you usually save things in, and that is that.